Oh. Good evening and welcome to Anime Analyst, and I am your host Thomas Fry.
And I'm your co-host Hasnan Zaidi.
And we got a little bit of an announcement. We are right in the middle of Hurricane Hen. I think it's Henne down in Florida here, and so I did not get the time that I normally use to get everything ready for the show. So I apologize. My backdrop's not done. I'm glad I prepped for this show yesterday. Let's just say that. And also, this is one of my all-time top 5 favorite animes. Now, my all-time favorites, I do not give them a number. When I say it's in the top 5, I have 5 animes that I love beyond all get out. I've watched them minimum of 30, 40 times each. They're just ones that stick with me, and it's not necessarily the quality because this one's from 2014. This is an old anime. But it's still holding, it's in the almost top 200 of all the animes in popularity on Mal, and that's like 26,000 animes. And it's not even on an easy platform to get to watch anymore. So usually most people, you can find it on YouTube, but that's been getting hard because now I think we're gonna do a show for you guys on the 24 simulcast season for Crunchyroll. And I think it's either a season 2 is on Crunchyroll or it's on another platform. But we could be looking at season 2, which would technically make this show have 4 seasons to it, because they did 1 season and then they did 2 movies, and the 1 movie doesn't even have subtitles. So I don't speak Japanese, so I have not been able to watch it. So I'm hoping that getting more publicity towards... Oh, let me stop. The anime is Trinity 7. So let me not jump ahead. See, that's... When we get to my top 5, then I lose all aspect of order of the show. So let's start with the very important particulars. This is a single season, 12 episode. It was in the brought out season of fall 2014. Some of the producers: TV Tokyo, Kadokawa, ATX, Studio Mausu. I mean, these are top producers back then. The studio is 7 Arcs Pictures, so they're really good. It was done from a manga. It's an action comedy, fantasy, romance, and ichi. And the themes are harem, and it's a school. I consider the genre to be shonen, but the way I disagree with how Mal lists the themes and genres and all that. The genre is shonen. There's no doubt about that. So it's kind of weird how they list it, but we do use Mal, MyAnimeList.net, and to help us out to get our statistical information. This one has a huge following. Almost 500,000 members, carries a 7.04 score. It's ranked a little bit high. It's 4,046, but the popularity is it's number 215. So this thing's bordering on the top 200 animes of all times. Let me rephrase. Let me correct myself right away. There's 900,000 members. Half of them voted, and that's where they come up with the 7.04 score. So it goes by that, and 4,000 of them have it as a favorite. But I wanted to get that out. The other thing we need to say is, one, this anime is on Crunchyroll, and we'll get into the discussion here a little bit about it's not on all the platforms in all the different countries, and I kind of really like that you and I are 9,000 miles apart, because we get to see how the governments, say what's allowed and what's not allowed to be on the platform just by where you live. It's also on All Manga, allmanga.to. That's a Japanese website and that one's free. You can't really do a whole lot like profile building or talking or anything. It's a huge Japanese website that has thousands and thousands of animes on it, and it's all based. You have to click to go to the next one, but if there's a sub, dub, whatever version of the anime is there, it's there, plus links to the manga books and all that. So that's a pretty good website to use if you don't have access to Crunchyroll. So let's talk about give your opinion, your overall first view, how you feel about this anime, and then talk a little bit about the fact that the trouble we had to go to get to where you could watch this anime.
Yeah, right. So even if we have Crunchyroll, I was not able to access the anime. So then I have to use VPN service to go and watch that. But like from this first episode, the plot is really good, and like how they use magic, how they show you to have witchcraft, and like everybody has their books, they can write their own spells. Like they get into the details. Like it is not like he just want to do something or he wave his hand and there is a weapon came to, like, no, he has to go to the proper, like the real way to get to the where he can use the magic. And then they have this Trinity 7, which like they later on they explain that these are the 7 deadly sins, like that everybody know of.
Well, now wait a minute. Let me stop you right there. The Trinity 7 stands for the 7 mages that have perfected their craft. Okay, and then he comes into the scene as a Demon Lord candidate that his cousin who he was living with that disappeared, and then a grimoire actually came in and took her place, which he didn't catch that. All that was going on behind the scenes, and he wants to save the world, and so does his friend that got whisked away by an overuse of magic, and she got deposited in a real weird spot that was blank. But as she's there for years, she finds these cracks where she can see the timeline of the world, and this anime creates all kinds of secondary conversations, because to me time is linear. Anybody that thinks time repeats itself, you're a moron. Time is linear. There's no other way for it to be. It's a man-made concept. It counts from this point to this point, and then time doesn't have the properties that 90% of the people think it has. But this, because they're so accurate about the magic and the history, and we just dropped out, my batteries kicked in, so hopefully I didn't lose anybody during this. We're in the middle of a hurricane, so if we black out, we will redo the show tomorrow or Saturday. We'll make sure it's live either at 7 or we'll do it right after the next show, because I love this anime, so I'm not getting cheated out of my time. And we are going to go over, because as far as I'm concerned, we're still at the beginning and our 10 minutes are up. I like how they use how magic really works. What a grimoire really is. And you're right on the 7 deadly sins, but that's the grimoire, not the student. The Trinity 7 is for the the 7 girls that mastered their craft and their spell work and their studies, and they've mastered that. Now, that doesn't mean that they're master and they don't have. You always have to study for the next thing that's coming in and all that. But I think the reason why I love it so much is it's got a little bit of silliness to it, but the magic is exactly how magic works. And I was really impressed with that when because I first saw it on YouTube in a dubbed version, but I never saw the beginning or the end, or and that's important, especially if you really like an anime, is you gotta watch the intros and the outros, because there's information in there that'll help you understand the anime. I didn't mean to cut you off there, bud. I just wanted to make sure that we were absolutely straight on what the Trinity 7 mean. So go on, and you were about at the end of 1 and 2, so continue your talk.
Yeah, the next thing was the question that I'm going to ask you, like which character other than the main character, like in the 7 girls, you think you like the most? And
Yui.
For that, Yui, and I think my selection would be the ninja.
Oh, absolutely. That ninja, she's a little badass. Levy.
Yes.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Levi because of Levi jeans, but it's Levy. And Levy and Yue they are 2 tight friends. They are super close. And their magic is actually pretty close, even though you wouldn't think. I mean, Yui's a dream expert. And Levy is I don't know, if you watch a bunch of old Japanese movies, a Japanese swordsman or swordswoman can get so into their craft that they can jump along the top of trees. They can make their sword bring about and split time and all kinds of stuff like that. And that's what ninjas, people think, oh, ninjas, they're just assassins. No, but to a ninja's a religion. So, and in their religion, they can split time. They can make impossible leaps, like running across the top of trees. Do you remember the Japanese ninja movies where they run across the top of trees and they do these insane fights?
I forgot the name. I remember a movie about the ninja, and where they would
it was like
they
Jungle
would
House.
hide in the shadows, they
Yeah,
can hide pretty good in the shadows, and they used to send envelope with the sand when they
yes,
had the
yep.
contract to kill you, and I have seen that movies, and I see how they are expert in their skills,
Right.
and fights and like that.
Well,
And this character also portrayed that thing beautifully. I think it's in the early episodes, 5 or 6, when the 7th girl arrived, when she want to steal the magic from all the other guys, and then the ninja is the one that get the time for the top of the line, well, to scan the magic. And
yes. But now here's the thing. Now they list all 7 girls plus Arata as a main character, and this is where I disagree with Mal. I think the main character is Arata and Lilith and Sora, his grimoire. Those are the main characters. Everybody else kind of fits in and supports them. But
the Lilith character is have something whenever he's getting close to any other girl, she's getting upset, but she's not allowing him to get close to her. She is feeling the jealousy, and she is hitting him, and he gets hit a lot, and he grabs too many boobs in this.
Absolutely. Well, in this series, the whole point of of him is he's trying to stop him from becoming a demon lord and using the Trinity 7, all 7 girls with the demon lord. You're not going to stop them. And according to her time things, they keep destroying the world over and over and over. And no matter how many times she looks at the timeline, you know, how many different ways she tries to stop it. So she come to the conclusion she has to kill them all while they're still in school. And that's basically the premise behind this entire anime, is they don't, you know, they're both trying to save the world in their own way. You know, he's trying to save it by controlling it because that's his tema. He is, you know, and your tema is the opposite of what you have. He has no control over what's going on. I love in the very beginning when he walks in and he goes into the bath and oh my gosh, Aaron is already in the bath and completely butt naked, and he walks in, he just starts talking to her. That's why I love Aruto. He don't shy like a little schoolgirl. He just, all right, you nigga, we gonna talk. And he's like, well, you should be screaming and you should be reacting and all that, and she doesn't react. And when he walks outside and he's in his towel and Lilith is walking down, he opens up his towel and she starts screaming, and how he goes, now that's the reaction you're supposed to have. And then there's just so many little things in this anime that they hit it. The direction, the illustration, the story itself.
I think we forgot about the headmaster.
Oh, well, I don't think they don't give enough background credit to him. He's a paladin. He has tremendous magic. You could take the entire school of magic users, you know, all 500-600 students, and put them together, and the headmaster has more magic than all of them together. It was amazing.
Yeah, and his theme was like really good. Like he has Solomon Gate.
Yes.
And like when he showed that, like, but he like the way that girl uses the thing to like distract him and send him out of the.
Oh yeah, she's like, let me distract you, and of course he falls for it, just like Naruto. I mean, he is a red-blooded male, and I mean, I'd fall for it too. I mean, if you got a beautiful girl standing 10 feet in front of you and she distracts you with a sudden show of body parts, I don't care who you are, whether you like them or not, they're going to distract you, especially those nice ones. So anyway, now that we've went over by a lot, don't worry, we will revisit Trinity 7 again. We got the movies and everything else that we can talk about, so this by no means. So check it out and then come back and talk and hang out with us the next time we talk about it and join in the conversation. When we love an anime, we love an anime. So once again, this is Anime Analyst. I am your host, Thomas Fry.
And I'm your co-host, Stan Zeddy.
And we will see you tomorrow with a very, very special, where'd it go? Special ad. Bam! There's the ad. Oh, it's behind that. Sorry. It's our app talk show on the 27th, which is tomorrow. And we will show you all these sites where we get our animes from. We'll show you how to log on, how to register, anything that you need to do with that site. We will physically show you what you need to see. And then we'll talk about it, and we'll get you pricing on everything, at least pricing from the 2 countries we're in. I don't know, I'm not going to have a price list of every country, but they'll pretty much, it'll be easy to figure out. So you guys have a good night, and we will